Yeah, I've noticed that my res never fucking works
I haven't been able to finish one playthrough
without it crashing.
without it crashing because I started my first playthrough the day I got the game, and then like it got to a point where it just stopped loading, and I got an update, and then it worked, and then it stopped again.
Hmm.
So now I'm just waiting for, I guess, another update.
Yeah. All right, we can be heard, so
Let's go.
let's actually do it. All right. Hello and welcome to the newest installment of NXT. I'm your host, as always, Scott Silver. To the right of me, joining me for the first time in a while, Mr. Jace Gold.
Good to be back.
Very good to be back. Now, starting off the show, the NXT Tag Team Champions, but only one of them is in action tonight. Johnny Gargano having a singles match with the team that actually defeated them last week. That being the Street Profits. Montez Ford representing the Street Profits here tonight versing Johnny Wrestling. After seeing how the tag team match went last week, what do you expect to come out of this?
Well, I think it's a match where DIY is trying to reassert themselves, as individual stars. Because yes, they lost the tag match, but they still want to keep their hopes high, their morale high. So a big singles win could do a lot for them here tonight against Montez.
Yes. What many people, a lot of people express to be the standout star of the Street Profits, and a very quick and agile competitor compared to his tag team member. So it only makes sense for him to be the person to take on Gargano tonight.
Exactly, especially with Gargano being the more quick on his feet, the more agile member of DIY. No disrespect to Tommaso, but Johnny definitely hasn't beat in those categories, so it does make sense to have these two face each other.
Absolutely correct. But a good note to point out before this match gets underway is the fact that Johnny Gargano, up until this point, has not had a single solo win yet in his new NXT career.
This is true. He did start out originally, when we first began here, on a pretty rough, single start before teaming back up with Tommaso. So it will be interesting to see, like, if he can finally shake off this, this rut he's been in terms of singles matches and able to bounce back from it. Because even if you're a tag team champions, even if you perform well in tag matches, it's not a good look if you're constantly losing your singles matches, because you can't be a one-trick pony. You got to be able to do more than just one thing in the ring.
You are absolutely correct. Will the high-flying super god of Montez Ford break the absolute soul and heart of NXT in Johnny Gargano? We're about to find out as our first match of the night kicks off. Crowd in attendance waiting eagerly for this match to start. The match now officially underway. Montez tried to run in really quickly, but then stopped by Gargano, hitting the ropes and easily with a dropkick straight to the back of the skull very early on. Stiff right hand. Gargano easily taking very quick, but DDT from Montez Ford immediately breaks it up and going for the springboard DDT as well. The speed of Montez Ford on full display very quickly in his rash, but hitting Gargano down with a stiff right. Montez showing the world what he's capable of.
It's not surprising to see Montez coming out hot like this. When a lot of people look at the Street Profits, they see, as we go into a roll-up, they see Montez as potentially the Shawn Michaels, and some people disrespecting Angelo, seeing him more as the Marty Jannetty of the duo. But I wonder if this is Montez not just trying to get a win for his team and his group, but also trying to prove himself in singles competition against a veteran star like Johnny Gargano.
Yes, that is a very good point to make, especially considering that due to our technician fails and not having a show last week, the company had decided to let the some of the performers for the King of the Ring tournament after the Great American Bash to be unveiled, and we have a very good amount of mystery opponents. So it could be very much that the man trying to cover Gargano right now couldn't be one of those people. He could be a mystery opponent trying to win the crown, win a chance to become NXT champion.
Exactly, and after Great American Bash is when that King of the Ring tournament will start. And, you know, I've heard rumors that there's going to be a lot of potentially out-of-company guys we haven't seen yet, appearing for this tournament specifically, looking for a chance to claim the crown and get a shot at the NXT title. Where those performers could be coming from, I don't know, but that's what I've been hearing backstage.
Yes, that is a good point. We have heard many rumors, and I can actually be here to confirm it, that there has been an agreement signed with New Japan Pro Wrestling, WWE, and All Elite Wrestling, to name a few companies. So we can expect some really good performers, some of the top performers even possibly, to possibly come in and fight for the crown.
And it is a very interesting scenario to imagine these guys from such different companies, especially companies that have some history with each other, like WWE, AEW, who are not on the friendliest of terms, have stars potentially cross having matches between WWE and AEW guys, or New Japan and WWE guys, or NXT. It'll be interesting to see how the tournament plays out.
Yes, of course. But right now, all of those companies I can say are confirmed. But right now, I cannot confirm, as a little bit of a little mistreat there in the little scuffle. But Gargano is able to make a power back. I cannot confirm that any deal has been signed with the likes of Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, or TPW.
Yes, no confirmation with those companies at this time. However, rumors still persist in the media that those companies could be involved. Of course, a 16-man tournament. You have the opportunity to bring in a variety of stars, so
yes, you're absolutely right. I mean, if we're talking about stars that are competing in the King of the Ring, the conversation starts and the conversation ends with the very man sitting next to me, Jace Gold, versing Rob Van Dam in your qualifying match to possibly qualify for the tournament.
Exactly, it is a very big opportunity. It's going away from what I've currently been having my focus on, you know, with the Australian Underground. But it is an amazing opportunity to have, so it's not one I can turn down, especially when management came to me and said, hey, we think we want you in this. Do you want to be a part of it? And I said, of course I do. Why wouldn't I want to be a part of it?
Yes, of course. And also, speaking of the Australian Underground, you will be in action with one of their members, Grayson Waller, here tonight for our co-main event.
I am aware that I will be facing Waller tonight. And, you know, it's been an interesting back and forth between me, Cassidy, and the Australian Underground. Just constant conflict with them. Simply because I want one specific match. It's been a much more difficult process in getting the match that I've wanted than I thought it would be, but I don't care who I have to go through. For anyone I have to go through, I'll make it happen to get the match I want against Liam Rogers.
That is a very good point. And actually, I've been rumored, yes, Rogers will be showing up tonight to stay in his teammate's corner. But I have been hearing rumors that he has been, going to his roots as the 5-star frog splash from Montez Ford. Hold on just a second. This could be the end of this match really quickly, and a kick out at 2. As I was saying before, the absolute strength and athleticism of Montez Ford came into play. Apparently, rumors have said that Liam Rogers has been going back to his roots. I do not know what that means whatsoever. We do not know what that entails, but the rumors have been saying that. As another cover from Montez Ford and a kick out from Gargano.
Gargano has not been showing much offense in this match, but he has been showing a lot of heart and resiliency, which is not to be something to be surprised about, given he is known as the Rebel Heart.
Yes,
Johnny
absolutely.
Wrestling
He
has
could be
the
going for
stamina
something
and the
big.
heart.
And he's able to get it right there. The Gargano escape. It's Gargano escape, but a rope break. Too close to the ropes, and Gargano's one smoking gun could possibly be going up in smoke.
Good ring awareness from the young Montez to get to the ropes. Not panicking, keeping his composure when needed. And a very tough submission.
That is very good. And Jesus Christ, the strength of Montez! As he's looking... Jesus Christ. And the 5-star frog splash. Montez walks out the victor.
And with a victory like that, it's a big cementing moment for Montez as a potential single star, but it's also potentially bringing into question who is the weak link of DIY.
Yes, that is a very good point, as the Street Profits have technically yet another win over the tag team champions. So we shall see how that will bleed into the next few weeks. Solid match. And now we move on to one of the most craziest stories from day one. And we're met with the North American champion, Rey Mysterio. This man been on an absolute roll ever since his victory on LA Knight to capture the Covenant title. And well, ever since then, ever since shutting the mouth of the megastar, he has been quite literally the biggest target on his back. Purely on the fact that LA Knight refuses to let go the championship that he won on the very first episode of this new era. And I don't think LA Knight will let him rest, will let him lie down for a second. And it's going to be on full display here tonight in tonight's match. But there is an unknown third person to be in this match tonight. Yes, it has our North American champion, Rey Mysterio. Yes, it has the megastar, LA Knight. But we don't know who that third person is.
We are not aware of who that third person is, and I'm not surprised about the anger that LA Knight feels, because going into this, this season, this start of this company, he won the NXT North American title on the first episode and was on a very lengthy winning streak as a singles competitor and was seen as a potential world title contender, but now his crosshairs are stuck on getting his title back and not looking up at the mountaintop like it was before earlier in this year. Now it's focused on regaining ground, getting that title back from Rey Mysterio.
Yes, that is a very good point to make. But now the big question is, will this third person throw a spanner in the plans of LA Knight to possibly get him on the road to recapturing the title that he holds so dear?
We will have to see who that third competitor is to find out. Very curious to see who it is.
Yes. I mean, I would like to see a possible Chris Jericho, a Rod Van Dam, a possible Braun Strowman, and... Oh, for the love of God! Are you serious right now? The runt of the litter, a current Judgment Day member, and actually, funny enough, a man who's actually been beaten by both of these men time and time and time again. Dominic Mysterio is the third man.
Interesting to see Mysterio here in this match against his father and LA Knight. He's had his crosshairs against LA and his father, but now in a triple threat match, maybe a chance for himself to regain ground. Maybe potentially, if he pins his father, potentially gaining a title match at Great American Bash. The Mysterio versus Mysterio North American title match would be very interesting to see.
Yes, that is true. But, oh my God, I am just sick of seeing him on screen, to be honest. He does not bring anything to Judgment Day. He does not bring anything to this match. If anything, if I had a choice, he would be the one to get double-teamed by LA Knight and Rey Mysterio as the match is now officially underway. But LA Knight having his issues with Rey Mysterio, I think it's going to be interesting to see how this match goes. There's a Hurricane Runner from Dominic. As we've said, Dominic and the whole of Judgment Day had beef with LA Knight when he was North American Champion. Him being unsuccessful, and obviously in the past, their time in WWE, Dominic losing to his father, his father paying great homage to the late, great Eddie Guerrero, hitting the Three Amigos. And now LA Knight trying to take back some control. But immediately, these three men absolutely beating the hell out of each other. As I've said many times before in almost every single matchup of these, triple threats, in my opinion, are the hardest matches to wrestle in because you're always focusing on the other person. Right now, Dominic is focusing on Rey, but he has to have eyes quite literally in the back of his head for LA Knight, which is now in possession of a steel bat, waiting for Dominic to be out of line. Jesus Christ, come on! But Rey Mysterio, Jesus, on the bat! Face first onto the metal bat, but LA Knight unfazed as Rey going for a pin. And a kick out at one with Dominic now possessing the kendo stick, but being blocked out by Rey. Rey Mysterio possibly going back to his ECW days of old, being slammed onto that metal bat. Weapons do not need to be in possession to be lethal. As Dominic now getting some high-flying action in there. Slamming the back of Rey's head onto that kendo stick. Jesus Christ. Jace Gold here next to me, headset off. He's a little bit baffled. Let's put his headset back on.
Very, very focused on this action here. Very interesting to see the dynamic of Rey sometimes coming in to protect Dominic, but then Dominic not really returning the favor and showing plenty of aggression towards both men. No favoritism from Dominic here, but some slight favoritism you can see from Rey as he pins his son. Only a 1 count.
I mean, do you ever believe that Dominic and Rey can settle their differences, can get back to how they were?
I feel like the door on Rey's side is always open for that, but I feel like for Dom, he's just trying to follow his own path. He doesn't want to be like his dad. He wants to be different. And because of that, there's no communication between the two. Neither of them are really able to understand one another. As Dom comes in with another kendo stick.
Straight to the skull of LA Knight. And actually, now that we mention it, and then I have a little thing that you might laugh at here. is, you know what kind of reminds me of the beef that Dominic and Ray have?
What?
It reminds me of the beef that you have with Liam Rogers.
Why do you say that?
Well, it's like everything that you two have done to each other, and yet there's still so many people that expect you two to eventually come together to reforge the team of old and possibly tear down any place that you guys set foot in.
I understand why people's expectations is that, and I believe that maybe one day that could happen, but I don't believe it being any day soon.
So in this situation, do you believe that you're the Rey Mysterio? Like, a part of you, the door is open.
Yeah, the door is open, but it is the other side that is not willing to open that door.
Interesting. As Dominic Mysterio now enters back into the ring. Stiff right from LA Knight and a sweep from Dominic. Dominic now sledgehammering it up. Trying to do his best Triple H impression, but being stopped by LA Knight. Going for a cover. Ray needs to get back in the ring, but a kick out at 2 prevents it. DDT from Ray. Now, Ray showing that lucha in his blood, but being stopped with a right hand from Dominic. Dominic needs to find an opening if he wants to try to be the better man in this matchup. To be honest, in my opinion, calling him a man is just not accurate at all. But now the kendo stick at hand, but Ray stopping him. Having the kendo at hand. Dominic getting out of the way, but LA Knight throwing him back down. I think this match definitely represents the saying of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. As now Rey Mysterio drop kick to Dominic as Dominic gets out of the ring, tries to fix it off. And LA Knight possibly tries to finish this, but Dominic getting in the way.
Good moves here from LA Knight, but Dominic there to break it up. Now LA trying to pay some attention to Dom, but Dom fighting it off into a reverse DDT.
That's a good point. Dominic trying to get as much ring awareness in this match as possible. LA Knight down and out. Dominic could be looking. Frog splash, but Ray able to be rolling out just in the nick of time, but now LA Knight back into the fray. And now a roll-up pin from LA Knight. And a kick out at 1. Sledgehammer by Ray. Going for a pin. The pins. All three of these men are trying to end the match as soon as possible. Dominic. LA Knight breaking up the little family reunion. Unsure where to put Mysterio. Changing his mind about the hammer. Dominic dropkick, sending LA Knight down. And now picking up the bat, but LA Knight able to get out of the way just in a nick of time. Sending him into the ropes, and a back elbow smack straight to the skull. I'm surprised with all of these weapons being introduced that no one has bled yet. It's very shocking to me.
To see no blood, because sometimes we see blood pretty early in these matches just from a couple rights and lefts being thrown. But so far, despite all the weapons, all the carnage, no blood being shown here tonight so far.
Yes, that is a good point. As Ray slamming him down, everyone expecting him to go to the 619 when someone's in that position, but not having it just yet. Sending down the rejected son. Ray paying his attention to LA Knight now on the outside. LA Knight are quickly getting in, knowing that being on the outside is a bad idea. See his match for the North American Championship. But now Dominic, DDT, going for the cover, but Ray's there to break it up. And a DDT to Dominic. Working on the arm. What does Ray look to do now? Send his son flying, that's what. Stopping LA Knight just in nick of time before he grabs that metal bat. LA Knight able to reversal it. This might be his chance. It might be his time as he goes for a cover on Rey Mysterio, North American Champion, but a kick out at 1. Dominic, yet another kendo stick. And now putting it into LA Knight. Tries to put it into Dominic. No, not Dominic. There's too many Mysterios. Now Ray. Drop kick to the side of the face of Dominic. And now Ray, frog splash, but LA Knight there already to break up the pin. Now, kendo stick now laying into Ray. Absolute anger to the point where the kendo stick even broke apart. Bit by bit, but then bottom rung! A bottom rung from LA Knight to Dominic! This could be the chance! This could be it, and LA Knight walks away victorious. What a scene of events. Able to put the kendo sticks strikes into Rey Mysterio, sending him outside the ring, and then getting a bottom rung onto Dominic to get the 3 count. Congratulations to the megastar.
Amazing victory for Knight here. Perfect series of events going his way with the kendo stick shots to Ray, and then as soon as Dom gets up, hits him with the bottom rung for the 1, 2, 3. And LA getting a big victory here, potentially fighting his way back into a potential title rematch.
That was a good match, too.
Yeah.
Now, I know that we just had Dominic Mysterio, but now the rest of his teammates here tonight. The Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest. The Absolute Ruthless Force, Rhea Ripley. And the Prince. And Mr. Money in the Bank, Finn Balor.
Interesting to see Rhea coming out here leading her squad as we get a close-up there of Mr. Money in the Bank coming out here for a big-time tag match. And Finn's been pretty quiet since winning that Money in the Bank. He hasn't really announced any intentions of when and where he wants to use it. Potentially having to do with the fact that there's a lot of confusion around the title.
Yes, that is a very good point. Currently, AJ Styles is recognized as the undisputed NXT champion. But right now, I can understand why Finn is not saying anything and using his briefcase at all. He's seen people come and go in his time on the main roster of WWE. He's seen people like Baron Corbin, The Miz, and a plethora of the female superstars as well. Can we not forget Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, all of those kind of people that have been involved in the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Or
I mean,
let's not forget the first person to fail a cash-in, Damien Sandow. Plenty of
yes,
people have, in recent years, failed their cash-in, and Finn doesn't want to give any hints to what his playbook's looking like. He wants to keep that element of the unexpected whenever he feels the time is right
that's a
as we
good
prepare
point.
for his tag team match here.
And now, just by seeing Adam Cole here, we can tell, because this is actually a continuation of the match we saw last show, where Finn Balor actually lost to the man known as Kyle O'Reilly. So now it's only confirmed, because Kyle O'Reilly's brought in his longtime friend, his longtime partner in crime, another man that is undisputed in the form of Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole going on a little bit of a roll here. He was successful in qualifying for the Money in the Bank briefcase match, became unsuccessful to Finn Balor. So that could possibly be another reason why he agreed to be a part of this tag team matchup, to get some revenge on the Prince for not getting that briefcase in time. But a fun thing I'm realizing is the fact that maybe Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly are not exactly on good terms just yet. They're not coming out together. They're coming
That
out
could definitely
solo.
be part of it. They've both coming out solo despite wearing the matching shirts, which is something you don't see often, seeing people coming out matching shirts but not the same entrance. Perhaps still trying to refamiliarate themselves with each other, get used to wrestling again before they start making it more official with the entrance.
Yes, that is a very good point. The entire idea of the Undisputed Era has been a little bit up in the air ever since their departure from the original NXT. Adam Cole immediately taking no chance and going to AEW, and then quickly followed after by Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, them able to reform the Red Dragons, but then Bobby Fish stepping away and not coming back. They still need that third man to make it undisputed.
I wonder if they will be getting that man anytime soon. But for now, that will just have to wait as we prepare to kick off this tag team action here tonight as we are underway.
Damian Priest for Judgment Day, Adam Cole for, I'm just going to call them the Undisputed. At the moment, Adam Cole trying to get that wing of awareness, working the arm of Damian Priest. A very smart move, knowing that a lot of the strength from Damian Priest, able to lift people up to get that South of Heaven, trying to shut that down as quickly as possible, sending in Kyle O'Reilly. Springboard forearm from Damian Priest. Going for a cover. A kick out at 1. Jesus Christ. Damian Priest trying to waste no time, but Kyle O'Reilly getting out of harm's way and tagging back in Adam Cole. There's already been 2 tags on the Undisputed side, but nothing from Judgment Day, as Damian Priest is thrown to the outside of the ring, easily getting back in, and a springboard kick from Adam Cole. Trying to be very technical in their ways, trying to shut down the big man of Judgment Day. Very smart maneuver, very smart strategy. But then a roll-up pin from Damian Priest. Kick out of 2.
Cole not wanting to waste any time. He's coming out hot and he wants to finish this thing early, it seems like. But Damian trying to slow down the pace a little bit, all right? Play the match to his pace. Don't let Cole and O'Reilly play things at a high, fast pace like they're used to. Control the pace of the match, you typically win it.
Rhea Ripley looks on. It's Kyle O'Reilly now being tagged in against Finn Balor. These two having an absolute spectacle match. NXT TakeOver. Drop kick from the springboard. Finn really needs to try to look for a win here. Ever since winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, he's been on a little bit of the descent. He needs to try to get his name out there. Try to make himself up to the higher standards of a champion if he even wants to consider cashing in.
And this is just a theory that I've had based off of Balor's struggles, but maybe Balor's purposely not going as hard, maybe trying to purposely lower his perception in the locker room. That way he's seen as less of a threat for when he does cash in. So the champion, AJ Styles, isn't waiting behind his back as much as you typically would because he doesn't see Balor as a threat.
Very, very smart as well. Good observations here from the technical man. But can we just appreciate the fact that Kyle O'Reilly seems to be absolutely soloing both members of Judgment Day?
O'Reilly is trying to prove himself for a long time in Undisputed. He was kind of seen as one of the forgotten members behind Adam Cole. But he's trying to make a name for himself as we get to the count of 7, thrown back into the ring.
Now O'Reilly with the palm strikes. Tagging back the Prince with the forearm of his own. Finn unsuccessful in trying to get it. Kyle O'Reilly with a big boot. Kyle O'Reilly needs to think about tagging back out to Adam Cole.
And Finn just showing no sign of slowing down, immediately getting up after having his arm slammed into the canvas. Oh, big kick to the head there by O'Reilly as he continues to focus on that arm of Finn Balor.
Jeez.
Seems to be O'Reilly's focus in this match.
Oh my god, Finn trying to get some aggression here.
And that sneaky right hand from Damian Priest, catching O'Reilly by surprise into the suplex from Finn Balor. But smart move to roll out. And Damian throwing him back into the ring almost immediately. Balor stays on the outside here. And O'Reilly trying to get some offense in on Damian, but not really going his way.
But that now being shifted. Shifting the aggression onto Finn Balor. Kyle O'Reilly being the absolute standout of this match as he tags back into Adam Cole.
Cole raining down the right hands with the ground and pound and kick to the gut of Finn Balor into the cover. Damian not getting in the ring. 2 count. Adam Cole seeming a little shocked, and Balor roll up, but only a 1 count there. And continuing to change pace, tagging in Damian Priest now. We get to see Priest versus Cole again. And immediately getting into the ring and just speeding across the ring, Kyle O'Reilly breaking up the pinfall.
Absolutely. As now Adam Cole, super kicks in hand, going
into
for
the
a
cover. Oh!
The referee didn't see that. Yeah, the referee didn't see that. Damian Priest had his hand on the ropes, and Finn Balor wasn't able to get there in time. Technically undisputed, coming out with
this replay here.
He had his hand on the ropes.
He had his hand on there for a good second and a half. Ref should have caught that. But
despite
the decision's
everything,
gonna stand.
referee's decision is
Undisputed picks up a
final.
win.
Yes,
And this is
indeed.
another bad night for not undisputed, but for Judgment Day. Dom losing his triple threat match, and now losing a tag match that Balor could have easily broken up that pin, but had faith in Damian instead. Goes for the rope break, doesn't get seen by the ref. That's a tough loss and a tough end for Judgment Day's night.
Agreed. Storylining.
I have to go soon too, so this is good timing.
Perfect. I'm gonna spam the Takeover Pro Wrestling and say Jace Gold in action.
Yeah, do it.
And now we move on to our semi-main event as my longtime friend, the best commentary member other than myself, Mr. Jace Gold. Jace Gold on an absolute roll, but has gone through absolute hell and back. He has rised and fell at the hands of all members of the Australian Underground. But thankfully, unlike last time, he only has to worry about one of them as he goes into the ring with their newest member, Grayson Waller. Well, the question is, will the man from Riverside come out the victor? As now,
and his opponent, representing the Union from Sydney, Australia, weighing in
Jesus Christ. Grayson Waller, accompanied to the ring by Jai Phillips and Liam Rogers. Will he do the impossible? Will he be able to defeat Gold? That is the question, as both of these two geared up for our semi-main event. Jace Gold, Grayson Waller. This match now officially underway. Grayson Waller wasting no time with the neck breaker, going straight in. He has had a match with Jace Gold in the past, him as the masked man, so he knows what he is getting into. And a DDT immediately getting Jace off guard. This does not look good for Mr. Gold whatsoever, with another DDT. But now, Jace finally getting his footing, possibly trying to get Grayson Waller to submit. But Waller able to get out of harm's way. Now, Jace Gold now getting some momentum back into this match, wearing down each and every ligament of Waller, the Australian, trying to possibly get him to submit anytime he gets, going to the middle rope, getting Waller to rise to his feet, possibly trying to go for a double axe handle, but getting stopped by Waller, being met with that double drop kick pin cover, and a kick out at one. It's going to take a lot more than that to send Gold down for good. And remember, this could possibly be, there could be possibly some nerves here on Jace Gold. The fact that the other two members of the Australian Underground here in attendance, watching as the match goes on. Jai Phillips, someone he feuded with, his very first rivalry in the new NXT, and of course, the man who has made his life an absolute living hell in the form of Liam Rogers. 。 Count of 5. Now count of 6. Neither of these two thinking about getting back into the ring as Grayson now grabs control. This could be a very big count out as now gets the count of 8. What is Grayson thinking? Trying to get a drop on him, but Jace very aware. Sending him up. Snake Eyes on the ropes. Now going for another knee strike and a big boot to boot. Very convenient as now tilt-a-whirl DDT from Gold. Cover and a kick out at 2. That could have done it right then and there, but it wasn't enough. Now Waller getting some momentum back after that very heavy hitting signature from Gold. Picking him back up, throwing him back down. What is Waller thinking? Going to the corner where his team members are. Elbow straight to the throat of Gold, and now the kicks in the corner. The ref needs to get in there and stop that kind of stuff, or else we may have a problem. Absolute abuse heading in. Jace Gold trying his best to stay on top. But has Grayson Waller found his moment? It's now Gold sending him into the ropes, drop down, and another elbow of his own. And now the slaps and strikes. Jace Gold being stopped dead in his tracks. What does Grayson do now? Oh, he could be looking for it here. And the stunner! Stunner straight to Jace Gold. Cover. And a kick out at 2. Kick out at 2. He's still in this match. Both of them laying out some of their best moves against one another. But now Jace Gold having the upper hand. Sending him into the ropes. Jesus Christ. Going for a cover. But a rope break stops it. Ref being able to call it, unlike the other match. Damian Priest having his hand on the ropes. What is he looking at now? Possibly trying to taunt Rogers as he goes in for a clothesline on the corner. And a knee strike. Surprisingly, still no blood in this show. As the stiff right, and as I say that, the right hands from Jace have now busted the megastar open. And another strike to the skull. Jesus Christ, Waller not being able to see from the pool of his own blood, and Jace Gold trying to possibly go for something, but Waller just being able to get out of harm's way. Another slam down by Waller. But Jace immediately getting back up to meet him, being thrown into the ropes, drop down, leapfrog, and another strike to his skull. These two going to absolute hell and back. Waller has a lot to prove, showing his faction he has what it takes, as now he goes for another iconic Waller stunner and connects. This could be lights out for Jace Gold right here, right now. But no, he's able to kick out. He's able to kick out, and Waller absolutely furious. What the hell has happened here? As now goes for another tilt-a-whirl DDT! Tilt-a-whirl DDT cover! And a kick out at 2! How the hell are these two men doing this? As now, Jace possibly final chapter! Hitting the final chapter on Waller! Is that it for this matchup? And it isn't! What the hell is happening? finisher after signature after signature after finisher, and these two men are still in this match. What the hell are we witnessing? I am in absolute shock at the moment. Waller has a lot on his line and pressing his faction members, and Jay still trying to fight to have that match. And now a crucifix from Waller. And a kick out at 2. No one can put down Jay's Gold in a one-on-one competition. As Waller, top rope, leg drop, cover, again. And a kick out at 2. What the actual hell is happening here? We had 2 Waller stunners, we had a tilt-a-whirl DDT, and we had the final chapter. And yet this match is still underway. What a co-main event we have on our hands, as Jay's now wearing down the legs of Grayson Waller. I don't even know what can happen right now after that. As now, Jay's Gold tried to mimic Grayson Waller with his roll-in stunner. Unsuccessful with the clothesline. Grayson Waller getting back control of this matchup. And now, for the 4th time in this match, the Waller stunner! Cover. And there it is. It took 4 stunners and 1 crucifix to put away Jay's Gold for good. But my God, did he put up a fight for it. But what does that say for Great American Bash? What happens in the next few weeks now that Jace has now lost? The Australian Underground must be happy with its new protege, with its new member, that being Waller. Congratulations, Grayson Waller, on coming out with one of the biggest victories in his NXT career, as the Australian Underground, Phillips, Waller, and Rogers all celebrate. Main event time. And now, main event time, as the NXT Undisputed Champion, now gracing our screens, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the OC from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the NXT champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Styles has been on an absolute show for the last few events, ever since capturing the NXT 2.0 championship from Drew McIntyre. He has been quite literally untouchable. But that doesn't stop Drew McIntyre from trying to claim what is rightfully his, as both of these again going in one-on-one competition. The fan favorite Drew McIntyre failing to yet win a one-on-one competition before their match at Money in the Bank. McIntyre came up short. Then, the next show, he lost his championship to AJ Styles. And since then, he has not been able to find his footing here, despite coming out on top and winning the Battle Royal to get the chance to win the 2.0 championship. And yes, defeating Bron Breakker. Ever since then, he has not been able to live up to the expectations that the entire NXT universe has for him.
Weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
But the question is now, will that all change tonight? Will the fans in attendance be in Drew's corner? And will he finally be able to put the final rung in the possible fall of the Phenomenal One? That is the question all of us have on our minds. It's now our main event beginning, and McIntyre wasting no time but getting tripped up by AJ. But McIntyre quickly to get back onto his feet. McIntyre falling to the technical prowess of AJ Styles. Both these two have had a similar trajectory in their careers. Neck breaker on Drew. These two both spending a good amount of time in TNA. Ever since coming back to WWE, they have been an absolute spectacle to behold. There's now a submission from the Phenomenal One, possibly trying to put Drew away early, but getting stopped by McIntyre. As I was saying, both coming in, winning Royal Rumbles, winning WWE champions, becoming the heads of their respective brands. As now Drew getting caught in another submission from AJ, possibly trying to wear down Drew McIntyre, not wanting to deal with him whatsoever. Is now sending back into the corner. A Ric Flair chop to boot, now working the leg. If he puts power on the legs of AJ Styles, he won't be able to get up and do any kind of phenomenal forearms. Is now Snake Eyes on the ropes, going for an early pin, a kick out at 1. Drew sending Styles the outside and then absolutely throwing him back down to the canvas. Jesus Christ. Now AJ coming up a little bit short on the ropes, but McIntyre with the power slamming him down. It's really a big question of who's better, the striker and the powerhouse or the technician high flyer. That has been the question for every single match that these two men have had, as AJ yet with another submission on the Scottish Warrior, possibly trying to make him get out of this quick. But unsuccessful he is yet again, sending Styles to the outside. Oh God, oh God, oh God, onto the outside! McIntyre definitely trying to own this match with his powerhouse abilities, not letting Styles do any of his quick and very, very fast move set. Now, Styles getting back into control. Oh God. Throwing AJ across and getting back into the ring. And now the calf crusher! Now the calf crusher! Locked in on the Scottish Warrior! Will this be the submission to do it? But no! The strike to the back of AJ Styles breaks up that submission. Now slamming him down. And now Styles putting in his quick strikes. Going to the outside. Phenomenal forearm! Busting McIntyre open! That was out of nowhere! And a kick out at 2. McIntyre still dazed, but still able to kick out. And now Styles again putting in some power to McIntyre. As McIntyre rolls out of the ring. Styles with a suicide dive connecting to McIntyre. Count of 2. A lot of blood has been lost from McIntyre. Now submission on the outside does not count if McIntyre submits. As the count still continues. AJ possibly trying to wait out the time. Both of them back inside. It's McIntyre trying to taunt but got caught by Styles. Now, top rope. This could be it. If Styles doesn't get outside, count of 8. But now resetting the count. Both of the men. But Styles taunting the NXT crowd. Showing that he is one with his OC brethren. But could be looking to finish it here. Phenomenal forearm connects to the bleeding skull of Drew McIntyre. And yet another kick out. Yet he is still in this match. Going back to the ways of the Scottish psychopath. Having unreal amounts of resiliency in him. Stopping Styles from any more power. And now absolutely throwing Styles across the ring. Jesus Christ. Drew McIntyre try to go for a boot on Styles. Styles try to go for a forearm, but unsuccessful. Being slammed down. Trying to destroy Styles' core. Wear him down in a headbutt. Sending him to the middle of the ring. Going for a cover. And a kick out at 2. No claymores or no future shock DDTs from McIntyre just yet. As he sends him into the ropes. Good little drop kick there. And a kick out at 2. Styles now. Sending Drew into the corner. Working on the arm, it seems. But McIntyre able to get out of harm's way. A big boot to Styles. And now he could be looking to finish it. Doing the countdown to a Claymore kick, but unsuccessful. Styles able to get out of harm's way. But McIntyre down and out. As McIntyre watches Styles top rope. Very, very unique flip from Styles, but seems to do more pain to him than McIntyre. As now, the NXT champion looking to put it away. Styles clash. Center of the ring. And he walks out victorious. AJ Styles winning our main event, putting another win under his belt. Congratulations, AJ. Not leaving the ring, however. And, oh, come on! Come on, don't do this! You already won the match, come on! Someone get a freaking security in here. Thank you so much for viewing our NXT broadcast for this week. I have been Scott Silver, and I will see you when I see you.